Hi guys, Kelvin here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Trifo Lucy Plus. This is an AI home robot vacuum cleaner with surveillance mode, object avoidance, as well as an optional mop feature. This is priced just under 700 USD, making it competitive among well-known brands, yet at the same time offering better features as well as better app control. I'm a full-time person with full-time job. I may not necessarily have time to clean my space. Lucy is there to help me. So here's the general look of Lucy from the top side. It's elegant looking with the gold ring, Trifo logo, and the two buttons right here, the power button and the home button, which is the same button when we flip the cover right here. Now, there's also the Wi-Fi connect indicator LED, which I highly suggest using the Wi-Fi so you can use the app. I'll explain in detail later. The reset button and a USB charging port. So in the event that you have a blackout in your neighborhood, there's no electricity in your apartment, you can use the battery in the vacuum to charge your smartphone to answer any emergency calls. Practical. So on the front side right here, we have the bumper sensor, typically found in all, robots, vacuum robots right here. Now here we have the cameras right here. That's the HDR color camera and also the time of flight camera right here. I'll flip it on the bottom right here. It reveals the rotational wheel, the sweeper. Trifo Lucy only has one sweeper. If it has two sweeper, it'll be amazing. Here is the multi-angle wheels. Well geared. I would say not well geared, but has some traction to it. It's rubberized. Here is the other sweeper, the vacuum intake that has the brush sweeper and also the sweep sweeper. It's easy to detach. I'll show it later. Here is the pad where you can attach the mop accessory to it. Here is the charging pad where Lucy gets its juice from. Now, aside from that, there is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sensors right here. This is actually to check the depth of the flooring, so it prevents it from going over the stairs and drop down and roll down and get destroyed itself. So this is to make sure it does not go over the stairs and tumble down. Now, aside from that, there's also the back area right here. It's a little bit dirty because I just took Lucy out from its duty. Here we have the exhaust for the vacuum as well as the back sensor. Now, aside from that, it comes with this mop module right here. So these are the extra Velcro strips right here where you can attach to under Lucy in case over time it wears off, because this is the mop module right here. So you're given plenty of these mop strips right here, which can last you 1-2 years if you ration it actively. So plenty of strips right here. So this is actually the module. You can use it anytime. You can use it once in a while. I don't use it. I will try it in the future. Now, this is where you attach under of Lucy, but below it is where you attach the mop strip right here. Here you can put the water inside here to fill it up, so moisture cleans any stain. So this is the mop module. It's simple explanation. Now this is the important bit right here, which I like about Trifo. This is the charging base. It comes in black to match it. This is gold-plated ends to charge it. There's a sensor right here or an IR light, so Lucy knows how to track itself, reverse and park itself. On the bottom right here is a good hideaway where they put the cable management. You can come it from this direction or the other direction. I like it, thank you Lucy, because my previous vacuum cleaner wasn't that cable management friendly. And the good thing about Trifo is they included a white color adapter with white color cables, because most of our walls are white color. So it color match. So let's talk about Lucy's performance. At full battery charge, it gives you a runtime of about 120 minutes. This is with 30% to 50% suction power from my personal experience. So if your property size is big or you're using higher suction power and the battery life in Lucy is low, Lucy will head back to the charging dock, juice up, which takes roughly 2.5 hours to 3 hours to charge from empty to full, and go back to areas it has not cleaned and clean them up. So this vacuum right here has 3000 PA or pressure of suction. This is good for typical dust, small debris, and human hair. So here is the Trifo Home app. Currently what you're listening is the map that she currently mapped and also cleaned. You can tell when she's cleaning by this gray yellowish area, whereas the dark gray means she has no access and cleaning towards it because I have my chairs, my table blocking it, and some bags on the floor. You can also see that some things she detect on the floor like shoes. Earlier was cable right here, and this is my IKEA slippers. Here is the area that she cleaned so far, the cleaning time she did earlier, and also the battery remaining in the vacuum cleaner. Here is the clean button where you can ask her to continue cleaning or basically clean for round 2 if you're into it. Here is the recharge button, basically asking Lucy to go back to the charging dock to stand by and follow the next scheduled cleaning, or when you manually send her to clean or play with the camera later on. Start video is about the camera. I'll talk a little bit detailed later bit. We go into more features. This is where you set your performance settings for Lucy. Here is the suction settings. You can put maximum that cleans well for carpet, hair, human hair, pet's hair. It works fine. I set it maximum. It's around 72 decibels loud. It's typically like all vacuum cleaners is that loud. But if let's say you're in a Zoom call, you don't want to be distracted in the next room, you can set it to near silent. It just pick up loose dust. It does not pick up and suck well on carpets and tight corners. So I usually set at maximum because I'm not at home often at times and Lucy can do its task. Here is the manual control, which is related to the camera. I'll show it later. The more important part is the map management right here. Here is the mapping for my 600 square feet apartment. So if I press this, here she already set the 2 rooms. You can name each room accordingly. It will be color coded different colors. Now how Lucy tells whether there is a room is basically a door. So the once that she detects a door, she will separate the area to be one particular room. So you can also set designated area settings right here. I set one near my computer space 1. I set near the kitchen as well as my computer space 2 right here. So you can actually create designated area by making squares and deleting them. So you can choose which area to clean later on, as well as a no-go zone settings. Now the no-go zones, for example, I have my aquascape or aquarium. So in case I'm cleaning the fish, I forgot about the scheduling cleaning, I will tell Lucy not to go to this area because oftentimes I put fish into small buckets on the floor. I don't want the fish to be knocked and spill over. So you can set a no-go zone and press save from there. So I'll just skip it, go back a little bit. Now go back to more features. So let's say you designate the area of cleaning. You can select which area to clean, like computer area 1, computer area 2, or maybe I do a lot of cooking at the kitchen. I want with the mopping feature to clean up some oil on the floor when I'm a bit busy. I can press that area and press clean. It's really easy. Aside from that is the designated room cleaning. This is different from area cleaning. This is particularly which room you want to clear. You want to clear the big room, the sleeping room, or the living space. You can do so. So let's jump into the main settings for scheduling, etc. So to access that is the 3 dots right here. Here is about the device. Here is about the Travis AI recognition and obstacle avoidance. There's where I mentioned just now that she detects shoes as well as cables. This is one to turn on so she can avoid those particular objects and continue cleaning around it. So let's talk about the camera portion part right here. So there's 2 ways to access the camera. We start with the simple way with the start video function right here. Here we can see that is the top preview. The map area, you can zoom in, zoom out, and also the mic prompt. Now to use the mic is quite easy. You have to use it like walkie-talkie. You have to press and hold and talk to it. So once you see this microphone, you can talk to it. Pink fluffy unicorn dancing on rainbow. She sells seashells on the seashore. So I'm not sure whether you can hear that. That is basically the microphone portion. So on the top right here, we have few controls. You can press this right button to record. It will show some timestamp of the minutes and seconds recorded. You can stop it. The third button right here is to take pictures. So if you love your cat, you can take pictures of it. Here is the volume where you can mute. So you can just enjoy the video without hearing the vacuum sound. Here is the sun icon. This shows is using the color HDR camera. When you press it, it goes into night mode. This is the night IR mode. It's a little bit dark. It performs better in midday to daytime. During nighttime, the IR is dependent on its IR light. So the area that it captures is only frontal. not towards the backs compared to the color version right here. Now this is way number 1 to access the camera. So we're going to end the video right here. Way number 2 is the remote control way, the fun way. You have to access it by pressing more features and manual control right here. So it takes time to load. So let it load, give it some time because it's over Wi-Fi. So it is now loading. I press start right here. So here's the mic prompt that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to mute the audio first by pressing this. Here is the positioning. Here is asking Lucy to clean. So you can see where Lucy is and you can see the preview right here. And you can control her like I'm doing right now. The set controls right here are quite sensitive. So it has your typical icon like, for example, recording the video, taking pictures, whether you want to change it to HDR color mode or IR mode. Pressing stop basically is just stop the camera. Here you can also change the suction power, like one particular area you want to clean heavily, you can adjust on the fly itself. But I'm going to set low for this demo reasons. So aside from that, you can press the preview and it will swap. The map positioning will be on the top and here is your RC mode. So you can just play with it. It's a bit sensitive, but it's a fun way to find your loved one and just scare her like Darth Vader Star Wars voice. Lucy's dustbin has a capacity of 600 milliliters. I live in a 600 square feet or about 55 square meter space apartment with windows open on a regular basis. So this dustbin right here can last me up to 2 weeks. Now to remove the dustbin is quite simple by pressing the push button and pulling it upwards. Here we can see how big the capacity is. This is the inlet right here. Now if I will be careful, as I go closer right here, there's this one button right here where you remove all the dust, and this is where you see the particle filter on the back right here. Now I'm not sure whether this is HEPA filter, but it's just to prevent any particles to go back into your environment. Looking at the bottom, if you want to remove the brush, definitely you have to unscrew it, but more importantly is to clean this part right here because a lot of pet fur, human fur will stick to this brush right here. To remove it is just to press this towards the front. Here you can see the frame holding the wheel. The wheel is easily disconnected by just pulling one upwards and you're good to go. Here we can see the wheel in detail. You have your typical sweeper and your brush configuration right here. Here's the typical inlet to go into the vacuum. So after you clean this, you have to realign to the hole on the right side of Lucy, attach it back and snap it back like so. So let me summarize what is Lucy all about. When it comes to vacuuming performance at high suction power, it's amazing. It picks up little fine particle, dust, hair, and sometimes debris that I don't know exists in the corners of my house. And the more important part is not only Lucy's cleaning performance, is how as we individuals doing the maintenance. It's easy to remove the dustbin, throw out the dust, clean the particle filter with water, dry it, put it back. Even the bottom roller is easy to remove any human hair that gets stuck in the brush, put it back, and you're good to go. Next is the app performance. It's amazing. It gives you the basic information, basic controls. You have your schedule controls, your automated controls, your AI controls, and you have your advanced controls. At the same time, you can use the app to monitor your house. You know, when you're far away traveling, you have some uncertainty about your parents living with you, stealing your Haribo and Ferrero Rocher and Kit Kat. You have evidence that you can use the robot to spy on your behalf. it works as such. And maybe there is part of the house you are very uncertain, like you want to check your pet's water fountain. You can use this as an RC car remote control, go to the water fountain, see whether there's any water into it. So there's a lot of use, not just on the cleaning part or the surveillance part. It's give you assurance when you're away from home, you can monitor stuff. Now, there are also cons about this vacuum cleaner right here. Yes, there is the mop feature. I tried it works, but to a certain point, maybe after 300 square feet of space, the water dries off even though I max it out. And there are parts of the house, let's say there's stubborn stains, you definitely need human intervention about that. So the mop feature is good to have, but if only you have like tiles or laminated floor. If you have wood flooring, I recommend not doing so. So what do I think about the camera again? HDR camera is fine, the resolution is fine, the way we can interact using the microphone right here and talk back to any pets of user is fine. Other than that, under 700 USD, you're getting a bargain, you're getting all these features, performance, and user, feasibility, user experience is amazing. There is no troubleshooting all the time. I just set it once and good to go. Would I recommend this? Definitely, if you're looking for a good AI robot vacuum cleaner. So thank you for watching this video. Comment below, what do you think about Lucy? Where are you guys from? That's more important. So I know whether you guys love Haribo or not. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-da!